seen somebody in your household having to fix something on a Sunday morning because it's broke or it's leaking or anything like that? Well, this is why I think that household maintenance should be a required credit in high school. So, let's just go into some simple reasons first. It's cheaper to fix. The reason it's cheaper to fix is because you aren't spending money on labor and the extra money on parts. Usually you can buy bulk parts or just the one part you need for cheaper online or at Lowe's or at Home Depot. So, let's say you've got air vents that need to be changed. You've got to know the size of the air vents, and that's it. Then you can go to Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere like that to get the size vent that you need, and all you do is take off the screen, put the vent in, and put it back. There's nothing too crazy about doing that. So, there again, you aren't spending time and money on somebody coming over and charging you $200 to $300 to do a household maintenance job that you could have done in 30 minutes and $15. So, let's say your sink or your bathtub or something like that's clogged from hair. All you do is get a snake, which is, you're looking at 20 bucks. You get a snake, you run it down the drain, pull out what's wrong, and it's the end of it. Unlike with, if a plumber came, you'd be looking at $150 worth of labor plus the snake to be able to get it unclogged. It's just a whole lot cheaper to be able to do it yourself, but the only downside of that is you may be grossed out. So get you some gloves and a mask and you're set. You don't have to worry about anything grossing you out at that point. So let's say one of your door sills leaking. You can use some caulk and screws and an impact to fix it. It's an all-around cheaper fix. You're looking at, for a caulk gun, screws, and an impact, you're looking at $150, $200 max. Unless you've already got the impact, then that cuts your price down to $50. So when you're fixing it, it's just a simple, cheap way to be able to do it, while if you have a contractor or a construction worker come out to fix the door, fix the facing, it'll run you anywhere from $3 to $5 to however much they want to charge. Because once they fix it, you're stuck with the payment. There's really nothing that you can do unless you fight it in court. So, let's go through some advantages of why you need to learn these skills early. So first, you need to be able to pass it down to your kids. That way they can take the class still, obviously, because it'd be a required credit. They'll take it, but they'll be able to know a little bit more behind what you teach them plus what the class teaches them. You can also help others. So say your neighbor or somebody you know, family member, something like that, is disabled or elderly. You can go over and you can fix the problems. You can change the air vents for them. You can pressure wash the sidewalks. You can fix the leaky door. You can unclog the sinks for them. Anything that they may not be able to do because something's holding them back, or they just don't know how to do it, you can fix it without them having to spend a bunch of money on time and labor from a worker. So, while you're looking at stuff like that, just remember what you can help people for and what you can help people with. Also, you will save money for yourself because you will only pay for the parts, not the labor. I mean, think about it. If you've got somebody coming in charging you $30 an hour and the job takes you 4 hours, that's $120 right there. Plus all of the parts and supplies that they use, because that's added in with the $30 of labor per hour. So a job that may cost you only $50 could cost you $400 to $500 in return. So let's look at some reasons of why you would worry if you had somebody come to your house. First of all, you've got to clean up and make sure everything is prim and proper for the worker to be able to come in and have an enjoyable time working there. So you would also have to make sure that you have time. You've got to make time to be able to see, or for them to be able to come in and see what the problem is. And most of the time, once they see what the problem is, then they come back another day to fix it. And that just, it runs you out of time, or it makes you miss work, runs you out of money, because you miss the hourly pay and you also have to pay for the worker. So, after that, you also got to think about your precious items. There's a whole bunch of people in this world that are not trustworthy anymore. If you have a bunch of little workers and they come in and you turn your back for 5 seconds, all it takes is for them to slip one of your grandma's pieces of jewelry in your pocket, and it's done for. You don't see it again until they're already gone. And then by that point, it's very hard to track it down. So, let's just go back and think about some reasons why it is beneficial. First off, you've got to be able to see that it's cheaper. You have the knowledge to be able to fix it for yourself and other people. You know how to teach other people with the trade of the household maintenance. So, with this required skill or required credit in high school, I feel like this would be a really good idea to be required. Thank you for your time. Let me know what you think.